So our solar install is more or less complete, and I'll go ahead and give you guys the grand tour here. So we have 54 Silfab 370 HC panels installed on our house here. And then we also have this Generac generator, which is going to soon have a 1,000 gallon tank. That tank is not here right now, but we're going to soon have a 1,000 gallon tank to go ahead and power us if we ever lose electricity due to a hurricane or something of that nature, to power our whole home for up to 14 days. Now, as I'll go ahead and show you on the other side of the house here, we have 34 panels on one side of the house and then 20 panels on the opposite side for a total of 54. And that's a pretty large solar operation. Most homes won't need that many panels. But you have to keep in mind, we do have two families living together in this one multi-generational home. So the reason why we really decided to go solar more than anything was to hedge against inflation and as part of being resilient. And I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit today about the concept of resilience, because it's something that's pretty near and dear to me, and it's kind of the whole reason at the end of the day why we decided to do homesteading at all. Now, for a lot of people, the idea of homesteading or starting a small family farm, it's all about in their head, how much food can you make? And of course, for me and for our family, that's a massive part of the equation, the biggest part by far. The livestock that you have, the chickens that you have, the fruit and vegetables that you're growing, so that you can not only live a healthy and nutritious life, have a healthy diet that a lot of people don't get these days, but also to reduce against uncertainty and fluctuations in food cost, which we've become all too familiar with in the past couple years. But for me and for my family, that's not the entirety of the equation. That's not all homesteading is about. Now, I follow a YouTuber here on YouTube called Peak Prosperity, and it's run by a guy called Dr. Chris Martenson, and it's a really interesting and informative show that he has there on YouTube. And one of the main things that Chris always talks about on his YouTube is the concept of resilience. And resilience isn't just making your own food, growing your own vegetables, having livestock. Resilience is, Elsie's eating my camera right now. Resilience is also, to me, resilience is you may not always have the best answer, but you have an answer. You have something that gives you a fighting chance, and that could be a hedge against food prices. We raise our own livestock. We have our own chickens. I mean, look at what's happened. The price of eggs has exploded recently, and I'm proud to say that we're resilient in that regard, because I love eating eggs for breakfast. Our kids love eating eggs for breakfast, and we'd probably be paying $4 a day right now to have 6-7 eggs each day. Maybe not quite that much, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for eggs right now, and we're hedged against that in a way by having our own chickens on the property. We're hedged against the price of beef in the future by having our own cows. And once the animals give birth, we'll be able to milk Scarlet, and we'll be able to get our own milk and our own cheese. But if you can't do that, because not everyone can, not everyone has that blessing, or maybe not everyone wants to do that, and that's totally understandable. Not everyone wants to be a small farmer, but there are other ways that you can be resilient against uncertainty. And I hope that makes sense to you guys listening and watching this video. Why did we get solar done on our house? Because we're now paying a fixed rate. We're no longer paying Duke Energy for whatever they want to charge in a given moment. Say the price of energy goes up 5%, 8% in a single year. Look at what's happened since COVID, right? You've got energy prices going up 8% year over year. What's your electric bill going to look like 20, 25 years from now? Now, I know a lot of people don't think that far out, but maybe it's time to start thinking that way, you know, and having a more level-headed thought process on things. If your energy bill right now is, say, $300 a month, what's it gonna be 20 years from now if on average there's an 8% inflation on the price of energy? It could be a lot higher than it is right now. And the reason why we got this solar is because we got a fixed rate loan on the solar panels. We do own them, but we're paying the bank back for the loan that we took out for the panels. And so every single month we know what our payment is gonna be. And every single month, you know, 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, we're still gonna be making the same payments that we make today for our electricity. Now that's just the generalization of things. There could be a little bit of, you know, maybe one month we use a little bit more electricity than what the panels provide, and then we'd have to pay a small pittance to Duke Energy. But this system is sized for our home, and it's intended to provide us with 100% of our power usage. So, you know, how is that part of resilience? We're hedging our bets against inflation in energy. And so in a world where people's quality of life seems to be, you know, in a lot of cases, gradually diminishing. You know, the cost of food is increased, the cost of an automobile is increased, the cost of housing has skyrocketed. Sometimes it's good to be resilient, I think. And that may be different to you than what it is to me, how you find your resilience, but wherever you are, I hope you're at least thinking about it. I don't think that there's anyone who's really immune to the, you know, the creep of inflation and the lifestyle creep that's been taking place at an accelerated pace since COVID. And like I said, resilience does play a key factor in that. So from Amanda and I, we'd like to thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know in the comments, what does it mean to you to be resilient? I'm very interested to hear and to have those talks with you guys. I always read every single message you guys leave in the comments, so go ahead and let me know what you think about the video. And don't forget to
like and subscribe.
That's so quiet. They're not gonna hear that. Like and subscribe, guys. Until next time, God bless you wherever you are in the world. And thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.